We are counting down from 17 to the absolute best free open world game on mobile right now. I am talking a literal AAA console masterpiece sitting right in your pocket. But before we get to the king of the list, we are kicking things off with a massive release you cannot afford to miss. Welcome back to Joker's Den. I am Jasper and these are 17 new free Android and iOS games you need to play right now. At number 7, we have Persona 5 The Phantom X. Well, if you want console-level anime aesthetics, this is it. The turn-based combat is incredibly stylish, and every hit feels genuinely impactful. It is a visual masterpiece that translates perfectly to mobile. The menus, animations, visual effects, music, and overall art direction all capture the signature Persona identity that fans have loved for years. The latest updates continue expanding content through new events, characters, activities, and gameplay improvements. So whether you are already a Persona fan or completely new to the series, The Phantom X is one of the highest quality free RPGs available on mobile right now. At 16, a massive shift in gear with UFL Soccer Game 2026. High fidelity graphics, realistic physics, and deep tactical gameplay. Well, if you are tired of the usual mobile soccer titles and want something that actually pushes your phone's hardware, this is your new obsession. UFL aims to provide a fair and competitive football experience while delivering modern visuals and realistic gameplay. The biggest strength of the game is how accessible it feels. The latest updates have focused on gameplay balancing, matchmaking improvements, and expanding available content for competitive players. So if football is your favorite sport, UFL is absolutely worth trying. Number 15 is Last Hunter K Seoul. This isn't your standard button masher. This is brutal, high-impact 1v1 console-grade action set in a post-apocalyptic Seoul. You have to parry, dodge, and counter with perfect timing. The combat feedback here is phenomenal. Visually, the game delivers detailed environments and immersive effects that makes battles look spectacular on modern smartphones. Recent updates introduced additional content, new progression opportunities, and various gameplay improvements that have made the overall experience much better. Dropping in at 14 is Flash Peak. Forget offsides and fouls. This is a rule-free, hyper-fast 4v4 third-person soccer game. Well, it's chaotic, strictly skill-based, and highly addictive for quick sessions. At number 13, Genesis War. This game slows the pace just a bit to deliver a beautifully polished tactical SRPG. Incredible anime cinematics layered over a deep grid battle system. The game features a variety of factions and heroes, each bringing unique strengths and abilities to the battlefield. Building an effective army requires experimentation and strategic thinking. Recent updates added additional heroes, balance adjustments, and new gameplay features that continue expanding the strategic possibilities. Strategy fans, do not sleep on this. Number 12 is OTR 2. Well, open world driving physics at its finest. Whether you are crawling over mountains or tearing through mud, the vehicle physics and environmental details are incredibly satisfying. You are not constantly forced into missions. Instead, you are encouraged to explore, experiment, and create your own adventures. The world itself is packed with activities, collectibles, and secrets that reward curious players. So if you love open world driving games and want something relaxing yet surprisingly engaging, OTR 2 is one of the better free releases available right now. At number 11, Dead Impact Survival Online. Well, a hardcore isometric 3D survival game. You are scavenging, base building, and fighting off massive zombie hordes. It's gritty and gets incredibly intense. Combat feels impactful, especially when large groups of zombies start swarming your position. Another cool aspect is the multiplayer component. Like working together with other survivors can make progression easier, but it also introduces new strategic decisions about cooperation and resource management. Well, recent updates have expanded available regions, added new survival systems, and improved overall game stability. Cracking the top 10 is Keep the Crown Tower Defense. There is just something undeniably addictive about a screen entirely filled with chaotic upgrades and massive enemy waves. Pure just one more level energy. Well, you will unlock different types of defensive structures, heroes, upgrades, and strategic abilities as you progress through the campaign. Every battle becomes a balancing act between resource management and smart tower placement. So, if you are a fan of tower defense games and want something new to grind through during short gaming sessions, Keep the Crown is definitely worth downloading. Number 9 picks the tempo right back up with God Rivals RPG roguelike. Dark fantasy aesthetics, rapid skill casting, and punishing boss fights that demand your full attention. The gameplay is fast and satisfying. You will dodge enemy attacks, chain abilities together, and slowly create ridiculously powerful character builds as a run progresses. What makes the game interesting is the amount of customization available. Different skill combinations can completely change your playstyle. At number 8, Wizard World Harry's Mystery. A fantastic change of pace focusing on puzzle solving and mystery in a beautiful designed magical setting. It will investigate strange events, interact with various characters, uncover hidden clues, and slowly piece together the larger mystery behind the story. By the way, if you are finding a new game to download today, hitting that like button helps me out a ton. Now back to the list. Number 7 is Tomb Busters. This game takes players on a treasure hunting adventure through dangerous tombs packed with monsters, traps, secrets, and valuable rewards. Well, as you progress deeper into ancient ruins, you will encounter increasingly dangerous enemies while collecting powerful gear and upgrades. The visual style is bright and colorful, making it easy to enjoy during long play sessions. Well, it's not trying to reinvent the genre, but if you are looking for a fun, free adventure game with exploration and loot collection, Tomb Busters does a pretty good job. At number 6, Weltkrieg 1 Firestorm. We are diving straight into gritty, explosive World War I strategy and shooter chaos. The historical atmosphere is heavy, the battlefields are massive, and the team-based combat is relentless. Weapon handling feels satisfying, especially considering the historical focus of the game. You will have access to rifles, pistols, machine guns, and various period-accurate equipment. Recent updates have improved gameplay stability, introduced additional content, and expanded available combat scenarios. Well, for players tired of modern military shooters and looking for something different, Weltkrieg 1 Firestorm offers a refreshing change of pace. Welcome to the heavy hitters. Number 5 is Shadowborn, a dark, highly atmospheric action game. The lighting design alone screams premium, and the combat is incredibly fluid. Battles are fast-paced and skill-focused, encouraging players to dodge attacks, time abilities correctly, and chain together devastating combos. One of the biggest improvements from recent updates has been optimization and combat balancing, making gameplay feel smoother and more responsive than before. So, for fans of dark fantasy adventures, Shadowborn is one of the strongest newcomers currently available on mobile. Number 4 is Soul Land Awakening World. This is a massive open-world cultivation RPG. We are talking breathtaking scale, highly styled skills, and giant summons that will push your mobile processor to its limits. One of the first things you will notice is the scale of the world. There is huge regions to explore, countless quests to complete, and a massive amount of progression systems to dive into. Character growth plays a huge role here. So as you continue leveling up, you will unlock stronger abilities, obtain powerful equipment, awaken new powers, and gradually transform your character into an unstoppable force. The combat system combines flashy visual effects with smooth gameplay, creating battles that look spectacular on mobile devices. Now folks, it is time, smash that subscribe button and discover amazing games. At number 3, Dragon Raja ReRise. Well, it's a gacha RPG that will transport you back to the fantastic universe of the Dragon Raja saga. This time, your goal will be to assemble teams of familiar faces from the franchise to fight against powerful enemies and fearsome dragons. With mechanics inspired by other tactical RPGs like AFK Arena, this title will captivate you with its well-crafted anime-style graphics. Plus, they are running a massive crossover event with the 7 Deadly Sins right now, making it the perfect time to jump in and grab characters like Meliodas. Our runner-up at number 2 is Crysis X Max, a stunning, raw, open-world survival game. Massive maps, beautiful lighting, and high-stakes survival mechanics. The game offers multiple gameplay modes, allowing players to jump into competitive battles, complete missions, and test their skills against increasingly difficult enemies. Recent updates have introduced additional weapons, improved matchmaking systems, and various balance changes that help keep matches competitive. It is easily one of the best looking survival games out right now. But finally, at number 1, the game I teased at the very beginning, the Division Resurgence. Ubisoft has essentially crammed a true AAA console shooter into your phone. An open-world New York, flawless tactical third-person gunplay, deep loot mechanics, and graphics that genuinely blur the line between mobile and PC. This isn't just a mobile game, it's a standard setter. There are story missions, side activities, cooperative gameplay, PvP elements, gear grinding, and plenty of exploration opportunities. Combat feels fantastic. Taking cover, coordinating attacks, and strategically using abilities creates a much deeper experience than many mobile shooters currently offer. And that's it folks, let me know in the comments which of these 17 you are downloading first. Now if you appreciate honest, no-nonsense game recommendations, consider subscribing to the Den. I am Jasper and I will see you in the next one.